So today, we have the two long-lasting male protagonists in the Resident Evil gaming franchise going head-to-head. Chris Redfield versus Leon Kennedy. Who wins? Well, let's find out. So, a former Raccoon City police officer, Leon was one of very few who survived the Raccoon City destruction incident all the way back in 1998, and ever since then, he has stopped at nothing to save lives and to stop the Umbrella Corporation, who started the zombie outbreak through bioterrorism. Leon is in great physical shape, possibly peak human, uh, as he's strong enough to send zombies flying and to momentarily hold open a giant fish monster's jaw. He's tough enough to take hits from superhuman monsters and enemies like Mr. X, Williams, Miller, and Sadler that sent him absolutely flying just fine. And he's fast enough to evade lasers and bullets, blitz Salazar, outrun a boulder, and he's even outreacted Ada Wong before. He also has insane parkour and acrobatic skills as well, and due to his training and experience, he's a very skilled fighter and martial artist. He's matched or bested other skilled fighters like Ada Wong and even Chris Redfield himself. He's also a skilled knife fighter, marksman, and tactician. And finally, he's carried a wide variety of firearms and weapons and tools over the years to help him out as well. But in the other corner, we have Chris Redfield. He is one of the long-lasting protagonists in the Resident Evil games franchise, with his number of showings only being rivaled by a few others like his sister Claire and Leon Kennedy. He's fought for years to end the Umbrella Corporation, who started the zombie outbreak, and he is now currently the leader of the Alpha team of the BSAA. He's strong enough to push zombies off of him while they had all the leverage, as well as knock them over and even kill them with his physical attacks. Push a giant boulder 3 times his size, and he's even pushed back Wesker with a tackle, who is vastly stronger than him. He's even hurt Wesker with his strikes. He's fast enough to kill several charging zombies coming at him with his handgun, evade explosions, and he's even dodged bullets before as well. And he's durable enough to withstand hits from Wesker and several large monsters and keep on fighting. Hits from Jill Valentine, who was brainwashed and amped at the time, and being sent flying with a kick from Wesker through a locked metal gated door, and he got right back up like it was nothing. He's a very skilled fighter and martial artist, being able to easily subdue zombies, temporarily hold his own against Wesker, although Wesker wasn't really trying, and he even held his own well with Leon in their brief fight as well. And he's also an expert knife fighter and marksman with virtually all firearms as well. So, who's stronger? Well, Leon has effortlessly sent zombies flying with his attacks, kicked zombies' heads off, break the heavy armor off the big armored Joavo, helped Helena push a massive boulder, and he's even held open a giant fish monster's jaw by himself. But, although that is very impressive, Chris is stronger. He's actually known for his strength. He too has easily sent zombies flying, even lifting them high over his head and launching them. He's casually snapped necks and crushed skulls. He's staggered, hurt, and knocked over Wesker with his blows, even briefly restrained Wesker long enough to give him that shot of his serum on 2 separate occasions. He's held open an automatic shutting door by himself. He's kicked down 2 stone pillars. He's overpowered and amped Jill and ragdolled her around. And he was able to push and punch away a massive boulder single-handedly. Chris is stronger simply because he was able to move that massive boulder by himself, while Leon needed help moving one of similar size. But now, moving on to durability. Well, Leon has remained conscious after taking hits from William and Mr. X. He was literally just fine after being sent flying several meters by Sadler and Miller. He was fine after being sent flying through a window. And he literally walked off a bus and airplane crash as well. And he was in the bus that crashed off the cliff. Just walked off like it was nothing. But Chris got right back up after being sent flying through a locked metal gate door by Wesker, and being thrown off a balcony by Wesker as well. He's walked off an RPG explosion and a plane crash into a volcano. He's even survived snake venom. They seem to be fairly even here. And now, speed. Well, Chris has evaded bullets and explosions, outran zombie dogs, caught up with a jet before it could take off, uh, killed several charging zombies with his handgun in a fast, quick pace, and he's dodged and even countered Wesker's speed blitzes before. But Leon has also dodged bullets, outran a boulder, easily dodged a knife throw, blitzed Salazar, and he's even outreacted Ada Wong once. Most impressively though, he dodged several lasers moving at very fast speeds and at erratic movements by contorting his body in ways you and I could only dream of doing. So, in terms of raw speed, I'd say they're pretty even, but Leon is the more agile and acrobatic out of the two. So physically, they're pretty even, with Chris being stronger and Leon being more agile. So what about fighting skill? Well, Leon has come a long way from being that rookie cop that he started as all the way back in Resident Evil 2. He's received extensive training during his time with Starcom. He's a very skilled fighter and martial artist, being one of the best skilled mercenaries, stalemate Crosser in a knife fight, and then destroyed him in a rematch. He's bested Ada Wong, and something that's important for this fight is that he's actually stalemated a pissed off Chris Redfield in a purely hand-to-hand fight before, although the fight was brief. But Chris has received training back when he was with Stars, and then received even more when he joined the BSAA. He's arguably the best fighter in the whole franchise, to be honest. He beat Tyler Howard while holding back, and this guy was able to easily beat 2 BSA soldiers and a cop. His skill allowed him to hold his own with the skilled and vastly physically superior Wesker. He also bested a brainwashed and amped Jill Valentine with the help of Sheva. And again, Chris was able to stalemate Leon Kennedy. It's hard to say who's better, but I am going to give the slight edge to Chris, and here's why. Looking at their brief fight back in Resident Evil 6, it ended in a draw, yes, but if you look closely, Chris had the upper hand more or less the entire time. Now, Chris was pissed off, so that might have gave him an edge, but something else to consider is that when you're that pissed off, you tend to make careless mistakes, no matter how good or skilled you are at whatever you're doing. Chris didn't mess up once, but again, Leon held his own well against Chris when he was pissed off. So, we'll probably never know who would have won that if Chris wasn't so angry. But anyways, let's set this scenario up. With Chris looking like the bad guy in the next Resident Evil game, let's say Leon was ordered by Starcom to kill Chris. Both men will have a knife and a pistol with one clip of ammo. And they'll start with some distance between them, like let's say 20 feet. So, who wins? Well, I don't think Chris is actually going to be the bad guy in the next game. I think it's a swerve by the developers during the trailer. And with these guys knowing each other for years and having natural respect for each other, I don't think they'd actually try to kill one another. But let's take all that out of the equation. No respect, nothing. Who wins then? Well, I'm going to side with Chris Redfield on this one, for one reason. Compassion. Leon isn't one to kill in cold blood, even if he knows how bad of a person the dude he's fighting, or even he's been ordered to. He just isn't that person. Chris is, according to the Resident Evil 8 trailer, as that's how he killed Mia. Point blank range, in cold blood. Shot her like 5 or 6 times. I'm not saying Leon couldn't win or wouldn't kill Chris, but I think Chris's more brutal nature would grant him the win here. Chris Redfield wins. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy, leave a comment of what you think, and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos and all that great stuff. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.